Hi guys, so I had a lot of people who asked me a lot of different questions about my surgery.
Before and after surgery, in the hospital, things I ate, how I work out, how I feel mentally, physically, and stuff like that. So there's so many questions about so many different things, and I decided to split up into a couple different videos. So the first video that I'm going to do today is going to be about how I started the journey on getting the surgery.
So I guess I could say I've never been a small girl. I've always been kind of big. I weighed probably about 200 pounds throughout high school, but I played softball, so I didn't look that big. I was always like kind of fit, but I was still a heavy girl. My eating habits were pretty bad, just like any other person, eating cup of noodles, Arizona teas, and bag of hot Cheetos every day after school. So I wanted to start losing weight, but I noticed that as the weight gain started, my periods were pretty irregular, but once I gained more weight, I completely stopped getting a period altogether. So I haven't had a period in 4 years. So I was like always scared, and I didn't want to like tell my doctor. I had the courage to go to the doctors and tell her. It had already been a whole year that I hadn't had a period. So she would put me on the birth control pill. That helped me a little bit. My period did come back, but I feel like I also started gaining more weight off of the pill, which that's normal. It recommended me for these like eating classes. Of course, I never went to them. Another medication called metformin, which is the diabetic medication that's been known to help with people who don't get their period. This was after I had seen her again after I hadn't got my period for 2 years that she recommended that. So I was gonna take it, but then I read a lot of stuff on it, and me and my mom both just like, we talked about it, and we just didn't think that it was the right thing for me because there was a lot of side effects from it. And then I kind of just was like, oh, whatever, like I'm not getting my period, like cool, I can't get pregnant, whatever. And then I would get like really bad pains in my lower stomach area. So then I finally like went back to the doctors, and it was 3 years this time that I hadn't got my period. And she said that there was a lot of cysts in my ovaries, and she diagnosed me with something called PCOS, which stands for polycystic ovary syndrome, which just means that you have a lot of cysts on your ovaries, which
That's something that like couldn't cause you for not having a period, but a lot of times that comes with people who gain a lot of weight or are really heavy. I also did some blood work and found out that my thyroid came back irregular. So I was kind of like, wow, but she said it wasn't irregular to the point where I needed to take medication or anything like that. So I wasn't on any kind of medication. She said we would check it again in 6 months. My habits were still the same, eating junk food, not working out, whatever, eating whatever I wanted. And then also I worked night shift, and for night shift, I don't know if anyone's ever worked night shift, but that's hard, and the only thing to eat late at night is fast food, unless you're packing your own lunch, but you're sleeping all day long and you don't have time to pack your lunch before work. So I ended up switching doctors to a different doctor. I went to go see her, just kind of like, oh, you like meet the new doctor, whatever. And then I had been looking up other girls that have PCOS, have taken medications, that it hasn't worked. And then I started seeing a couple of people that they were recommended for the gastric bypass surgery or the gastric sleeve surgery or a lap band surgery. I was pretty embarrassed at first to even ask the doctor about something like that, because I just felt like, wow, like that's something that lazy people do, or that's something that people weigh like 400 pounds, that's something that they do, you know. So I wasn't even going to ask her, and then
I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna ask her, whatever, let's just see what she says.
So I asked the doctor, I went to go meet with her, we talked about, you know, all this stuff. She recommended the same medications that my doctor did. I told her that they didn't work, and I didn't feel comfortable taking the metformin. So then I said, well, you know, I was looking up some stuff, and I seen some stuff about the gastric bypass surgery or like a weight loss surgery, and she's just like, yeah. She's like, okay, let's do your blood work, let's see how much you weigh, and we'll come see me in 2 weeks, and we'll see we'll talk about it. So I said, okay, I left, I did the blood work, whatever. I came back, and so I guess I could start with my first question. What insurance did you have? Did they recommend you, and how much did you pay? I have Kaiser insurance. My mom and my stepdad both have Kaiser insurance. I have a double coverage insurance. So for the actual surgery, I didn't pay anything at all. For the hospital stay, also, I didn't pay anything at all. All I paid for was my medications, and I think they were like $5 each. I'll talk about that in another video. So for Kaiser, your body mass index has to be 38 or higher. My body mass index was at a 42. So my doctor said that she would recommend me. So the way it works through Kaiser, or at least for me the way it worked, was she recommended me for the surgery, she put in the referral, and then they contact you from a class called, I think the classes are like bariatric, I don't know, get something about getting you ready for bariatric surgery. So you go and you pick the days you can go. It's 6 classes. You meet like every Tuesday or every Wednesday or whenever you can go. You can make up classes, stuff like that. And then the stuff that they teach you in the classes are basically like, okay, yeah,
you're gonna lose weight, but it's not going to be easy. Like, it's not just like, okay, I'm gonna get this surgery and then I'm gonna sit back and hang out and all this weight is gonna just drop and I'm gonna look like in the commercials, I'm gonna look amazing.
Like, it's not like that at all. classes, they talk about things that you should be eating after surgery, the way your life is going to change, the way that you're going to see yourself is going to change. Some people fall into a really bad depression after surgery, even though they're losing all this weight. Like, you're not happy with yourself. Like, you think you make the right decision, and sometimes people, they don't make the right decision. They talk about how your life around you is going to change. It's not going to be like, hey, let me go out with my friends and eat, like, because you're not going to be able to eat like you used to ever again. Not saying that you can never eat junk food again, or you can never eat bread or soda or stuff like that. Of course you can eventually, but your life is just going to be a lot different. So to answer those questions, I have Kaiser. I didn't pay anything for my surgery. I was recommended by a doctor. Once you're recommended, you take the 6 classes. It took me I started them in 2015 towards the end of the year, but like I said, I was working night shift and always tired, so I couldn't go in the morning because I started too early, and I couldn't go in the evening sometimes because I had to start work at 7, and the class was from 5 to 8, or whatever it was. You meet a lot of people in those classes, friends that you'll be friends with for a long time. Personally, I didn't make any close friends because it took me so long to finish classes. I was in a bunch of makeup classes, so I would be with one group, and then another group, and then another group, and then another group, and then, so anyway, finally I finished the classes, and every time you go to the class, you weigh in, and to make sure that you're doing good and you're trying. Things that they tell you in the classes are that they want you to start, getting yourself ready for life after surgery. They want you to start taking protein shakes as a meal replacement. They want you to start meal prepping. They want you to start eating all your protein first. They want to make sure that you're eating 30 grams of protein per meal. And a lot of times it's like you have to lose 10% of your body weight or something before surgery because the surgeons don't want to waste their time on somebody who's just going to get the surgery and then end up being the same weight or even heavier than they were before the surgery. What I did was I had to lose 10 pounds. So during the time, because I finished the classes in 2016, so because the time period that it took me to finish, it usually take about 6 weeks to finish classes. It probably took me about almost 9 months, almost a year to finish my classes. So within that time, I had gained a little bit of weight. So when they recommended me, I weighed 263 pounds. My last weigh-in for the class was 270 pounds.
And they were like, what's going on? Like, you were supposed to be losing this weight. You know, if you go in for surgery, their surgeon's not gonna let you get your surgery because you didn't lose the weight, because so he's gonna think that you're not trying and you don't care. So I was like, shit, like, I have to lose this weight. What am I gonna do? So after you finish the classes, then they send in your papers to the surgeons. The surgeons overlook, it's like a group of surgeons, not saying specifically the surgeon that's going to do your surgery, but a group of surgeons that say, like, okay, should we give this like, let's lay everything down on the table. Should we give this person a surgery?
A lot of things that my doctor said, they also look at, like, people who snore, and they have, a lot of times they have something called sleep apnea, just meaning, like, you don't breathe right when you're sleeping. That's a lot of the times why people snore. Do you have a thyroid problem? Do you have diabetes? What else? Like, people who, like, for me, like, I didn't get my period, and that's, like, the main reason why I was recommended for the surgery. And because I did have a slight thyroid problem, it wasn't easy for me to lose weight by myself. I would try and try. I'm not gonna lie and say I gave it 100%, and I went full throttle and, like, did everything that I was supposed to do, because Lord knows I did not. So once they called me and they said, hey, you've been approved for surgery, you're going to have it at Kaiser West Los Angeles. We don't know what day yet. Once you lose your weight that you needed to lose, go ahead and give us a call and we'll schedule for surgery. So I kind of just, like, blew it off. And then finally, when I wanted to get my surgery and I tried to schedule, they were like, oh, we don't have nothing until September. And this was in July. And I was like, I thought I was getting it in July. I was like, oh, I'm going to get it, whatever. Yeah, so I thought I was going to get it, but I was like, okay, well, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to schedule my surgery. It's not going to be till September. I still have this many months to lose the weight. Like, I can lose 10 pounds. Like, that's not hard. Like, if I try real hard, I'll do it. Because I want the surgery. Like, I really want to get it. So, I said, okay, you know what, let's schedule my surgery. When is it? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, your surgery date is going to be September 8th. But she said, I just want to let you know right now, if you show up the day of surgery and you have not lost 10 pounds, then you will not, the surgeon will send you home. Even if you're there on time for your surgery and ready to go, he will send you home if you have not lost that weight. So I was like, shit, so I really need to lose this weight. Okay, so whatever. She scheduled my surgery, so I had to go meet with the surgeon. So I went to Kaiser West LA to meet with my surgeon. His name was Dr. Casillas. So I went to go meet with him, and at this point, I still hadn't lost the weight that I was supposed to lose. So I went in to see him, and when I went in to see him, I weighed 269. So I had lost 1 pound. So I went in to see him,
and he said, you've gained weight since, you were recommended. And I said, well, I was heavier before, try to lie and like, oh, I was heavier before and I tried to lose weight. And he's like, no, you weigh 269 now. For me, you're supposed to be weighing 263. So you need to lose 10 pounds from 263. So I was like, oh shit, like that means I need to lose like more than 10 pounds. Like, oh my God. And he said, he looked me like in the face and was like, if you don't lose this weight, I will send you home. Like the day of surgery, I don't care.
And I was like, oh my God. He's like, there's plenty of people on the wait list that want to get the surgery and are doing what they need to do, and I will give them your slot. So I was like, shit, like I really need to do this. So exactly 1 month before surgery, August 8th, I just woke up and I was like, I cannot do this. Like, I need to lose this weight or this is not going to happen for me. And I'm going to be stuck in this situation forever. So I just went out and I bought all this stuff. for meal prepping, and I was going hiking. I went hiking like, I think the last 2 weeks before surgery, I went hiking every single day. I was working out. I went to the gym every day. Sometimes I went to the gym twice a day. I was doing cardio. I was wearing layers and layers of clothes just to work out to lose the weight. I'll talk more in detail about like meal prepping and like all that stuff in another video. But basically, like, I was busting my ass doing whatever I did, whatever I had to do, meal replacing, everything, stuff like that, to lose those 10 pounds. I ended up losing a total of 20 pounds in a month, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I lost so much weight.
Also, it was because, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I did a couple of laxatives, and I feel like that helped me lose the weight that I was supposed to lose. I was so scared that I wasn't gonna make weight. I took a couple of like saline laxatives, like drank them. They're so horrible, by the way. Don't ever do them if you don't need them. Like, that's so bad for you. But I'm just saying, like, that's what I did, because I like said, like, for everybody who asked me questions, that I was gonna be honest, and like that's exactly what I did. I didn't do like one every day or nothing crazy like that. I think I did it like 3 or 4 times. Lost the weight. I called the surgeon, and he told me, call me as soon as you lose the weight. I want to know how your progress is, blah, blah, blah.
I like really like to drink beer. So probably about a week before surgery, I was drinking like so much beer. It was ridiculous. Like, I went to Vegas a couple weeks before my surgery also, and I was just like so drunk like the whole time. I don't know. Anyways, I ended up
gaining 5 pounds back. So I lost a total of 15 pounds before surgery. He didn't get upset that I had gained those 5 pounds, because I had still lost the 10 pounds that I was supposed to lose. So yeah, once I lost all that weight, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get the surgery, like, it's gonna be so great. And
my family like was excited for me. Well, my mom and my stepdad were excited for me, and like my sister was excited for me, and my aunts, my immediate family, my mom's sisters, my mom's brother, they were all excited for me. My
dad, though, was not on board. I actually didn't tell him that I was getting the surgery until I was approved for surgery, and then I didn't tell him the day that I was getting surgery until 2 days before my actual surgery. I told him that.
If you guys want to know like what my family thinks, or you want them to get on here on a video and tell them like what they personally think about like this whole journey and how they felt about me getting surgery, go ahead and let me know, because I was actually, a lot of people asked like had questions like, what do your closest friends think? How do your parents feel about it? If you have a boyfriend, what does he think about it? What do your coworkers think about it? I actually don't work right now, so I don't have any coworkers. But if you guys are interested in a video on what the people around me think about my surgery, go ahead and let me know, because I definitely was thinking about doing a video like that. Because I mean, I can only say what they told me, but I don't know what they really think, you know, inside. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see a video on that.
So I think that's all I have to say for this first video, as far as like how I got recommended for the surgery and stuff like that. Stay tuned for my next video, because
my next video will be about how I lost the weight before surgery and the steps that I took and the changes that I made before surgery to get myself ready for surgery. So,
but if you have any questions based on the video that I just made, go ahead and you can write me on Instagram or leave comments on this video.